prior to amalgamation, earned 1,582 votes. Sabine Dietz had 910, and Terry Jones 378. In a ward-by-ward breakdown, Ward 1, Dorchester and area, saw Alyssa Green with 128 votes defeat her closest competitor Jason Holmes by only 4 votes, while Caitlin Olive earned 68 votes. In Ward 2, Westcock, Rockport, Johnson's Mills, incumbent Barry Hicks received 165 votes, defeating Kenneth Hicks by only 8 votes. In Ward 3, Sackville and area, newcomer to politics Tori Weldon earned the most votes with 1,167, while Josh Gogan, Haiti Robertson, and Allison Butcher earned 866, 864, and 845 respectively. Incumbents Andrew Black, Bruce Finney, and Michael Tower, as well as newcomer James McDonald, went down to defeat in a fairly tight race. In Ward 4, Midgick and Cookville, Kristen LeBlanc was elected by acclamation. In Ward 5, Aulac, Point Dubutte, and Jolicoeur, Wayne Wells earned 93 votes and defeated Casey Hingley, who had 66 votes.
Hi, my name is Claire, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick, the voice of the marshes.
I'm Mike Robar, and this is your local CHMA News. Coming up today, I spoke with artistic director Paul Griffin and actor Craig Farish about the impact Marshlight Theatre Company can have on individuals and the community. But first, yesterday, the federal government announced funding to the tune of over $73 million to help bring high-speed internet access to communities in New Brunswick by the end of 2028. The money, provided through the Universal Broadband Fund, will help 2 projects to bring high-speed internet to more than 27,600 households in over 500 rural and remote communities. One of those projects is led by Rogers and the other by Explore. Currently, 95.6% of households have access to high-speed internet, which means speeds of at least 50 megabits per second download and 10 megabits per second upload. And by the end of 2026, the government projects that number to rise to 27.8%. Communities in Tantramar that will see benefits of the Rogers project include Cookville, Midgick, Point Dubutte, Woodpoint, Rockport, Upper Rockport, Dorchester, and Fairfield. And now, your feature story. Craig Farish's depression was getting the better of him, and he was having a bad day. He was clearing dishes at Cranewood, where he had taken a part-time job to keep busy after retiring from a 27-year career with Correctional Service Canada due to stress-related burnout. With a tray full of dishes in hand, someone asked, "Excuse me, do you work here?" Frustrated at the obvious answer given what his hands were full of, he turned to the stranger. "Yes?" She wanted to know if he had any interest in acting. He didn't. Regardless, she left her number and said he should try out for a small part in a play she was directing. Over his shift, he decided why not. His day couldn't get any worse. So he called her, auditioned, and got more than he bargained for when he was offered one of the leads.
Offered it to me. She then told me that I had to wear a dress. There's a dancing scene, intimacy, like hand-holding, kissing. And so by that point, I was just like, let's just go with it. And I was all in, and just like I loved the whole process. It was very like transformative for me. And after that show, the next show I did is I'm getting more, I think, an understanding or able to articulate what it is about it that I think I really clung to and, as they say, got the bug for.
Changing discovery for Farish was only possible because of Marshlight Theatre Company, a Sackville-based community theatre itself only a little older than Farish's acting career. Located in a long, single-story red brick commercial building at the corner of Queens and Fairfield Road, it's easy to miss. Nothing about it screams theatre, and the only hint of what's inside is a sign above the door with the company's name and logo. Inside the rented space, the small black box theater has just enough room for a stage floor and 42 seats. But that doesn't mean there aren't plenty of possibilities, says Marshlight's artistic director Paul Griffin.
Lucky to have an actual space that is a theater. It's small, it's cute, it's homey, but it's an actual theater with lights and sound and a black box space, and so it gives you a lot of options, a lot of ability to do whatever you want to do.
2024, Marshlight was formed in the wake of the amalgamation of two long-running theater companies in Tantramar. One, Live Bait, was a professional theater company that operated from 1988 to 2024, and the other, Performers, was a community theater company that ran from 2008 to 2024. While Marshlight Theater occupies the same location, it feels like a synthesis of the two previous companies by bringing together professionals like Griffin and amateurs like Farish. The company also provides space for new talent. In March of this year and last, the company hosted the New Works Festival, featuring workshops and opportunities for playwrights and directors to test new ideas, as well as work from youth performers and other community theater groups. They're a unique opportunity to support the community, says Griffin.
Putting on a New Works Festival in a small town may seem like, well, are there many people who do this sort of stuff? And you suddenly discover there are lots of people who want to say something. And in Ottawa, they would have a very hard time saying anything, you know? Whereas with a company like Marshlight that is here to support everyone in town, there's more opportunity for you to actually say something and explore things that you might not easily be able to explore.
Its own productions, Marshlight is also open to anyone auditioning or volunteering to help out, be it on the tech side or simply working the door. It's all part and parcel of what Marshlight is trying to provide, says Griffin.
That's going to be our emphasis for the next little while, is putting on the work, but also reaching out and finding more people who maybe didn't even realize they wanted to do theater, but then have done it once or twice and are like, oh, I want to do this over and over and over.
One of those people. Though he attended therapy regularly and continues to do so, he credits acting with bringing him out of his comfort zone, helping refocus his mind and providing structure to his days outside of work, all of which have helped in his healing journey, he says.
For a walk, I can listen to my recordings, I can listen to it in the car. When I come home, I can study lines and take notes. So it's given me a sense of direction and purpose outside of traditional work. It's also given me confidence to pursue work now as I want to be like an artist. I want to act, I want to pursue other artistic ambitions.
Next, Griffin has his eyes set on an outdoor summer production of Zomblet, a fun zombie-filled twist on Hamlet, to help drum up interest in the company during its off-season. Farish is set to star as Bruno in the company's last main production of the season, The Fixer-Upper. Written by Lauren Elliott and set in PEI, it sees Bruno trying to fix up and rent out a ramshackle cottage. The play opens next weekend and will run from May 22nd to 24th and May 29th to 31st. For more information, head to the company's website at marshlight.ca. As always, head to chmafm.com to follow these and other stories from your community. And if you have any news tips or ideas, email news@chmafm.com. I'm Mike Robar with your local CHMA News from Tantramar.
And here is your CHMA Atlantic update. The New Brunswick government says its new mining bill cuts red tape and simplifies project approvals. The Liberal government says the legislation replaces the Mining Act of 1985 and has stronger community engagement policies, including for First Nations. Natural Resources Minister John Herron says he wants New Brunswick to be the top jurisdiction in Canada for mining development. The province's mining industry was a major economic driver in the late 2010s before experiencing years of decline. The federal government has announced $73 million in spending to bring high-speed internet to rural homes in New Brunswick. Funding for 2 projects was announced today in an effort to connect more than 27,600 homes. Rogers Communications will lead one project, while Explore will lead the other. More than 500 rural and remote communities in New Brunswick will be supported through the program. Legislators reviewing New Brunswick's Clean Water Act have wrapped up a series of public hearings. The Environment Committee heard its final 3 speakers yesterday. Colin Forsyth of the St. John River Society says the act should grant the Environment Minister emergency powers when appropriate. Forsyth says that's because an increase in extreme weather events like flooding or wildfires requires faster response times. Nova Scotia is preparing for the upcoming wildfire season by contracting 4 fixed-wing water bombers and a coordination plane for firefighting. Premier Tim Houston says wildfire seasons are becoming more intense and unpredictable, and the additions to the province's fleet will help ensure Nova Scotia is prepared for what's to come. The $6.5 million contract for the 4 air tractor water bombers and 1 Cessna Caravan bird dog runs until September 30th. The province says the contract can be extended beyond September if necessary. Canadian curling star Brad Gushue has been named USA Curling's High Performance Director. The 2006 Olympic champion will oversee national team operations, athlete development pathways, and high performance strategy. This means Gushue will work closely with American athletes, coaches, and support staff. The 45-year-old St. John's native will remain in Newfoundland and Labrador's capital city for the role. And that has been your CHMA Atlantic Update.
Hi, I'm Kaylee, and you're listening to CHMA.
And now for the weather. Today we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud with a 30% chance of showers early in the morning, wind becoming south 20 kilometers an hour near noon with a high of an UV index of 7 or high. At night, partly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy near midnight, wind south 20 kilometers an hour, becoming light in the evening with a low of 8. On Friday, cloudy skies with a high of 15, then cloudy skies at night with a 60% chance of showers and a low of 9. On Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 22, then cloudy periods at night with a low of 10. On Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud with a 30% chance of showers and a high of 25, then clear skies at night with a low of +4. On Monday, sunny skies with a high of 20, then cloudy periods at night with a low of +5, and finally on Tuesday, cloudy with a 60% chance of showers and a high of 18. And that has been the weather.
All right, round two. Hey, it's Nathan. You're listening to CHMA 106.9.
And here's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update.
Last night in the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals, the Cleveland Cavaliers traveled to Detroit and left the city with a 117-113 overtime victory against the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, meaning that Game 6 could be the last game of the season for the Detroit Pistons. Winner of that series goes up against the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And finally, the Minnesota Wild season is done. It took overtime and a 3-goal comeback from the Colorado Avalanche, but the Avs were victorious in overtime. Brent Kulak with the OT winner, 4-3 final, 4-1 in the series, and the Avalanche move on to the Western Conference Finals in the Stanley Cup playoffs, going up against the winner of the Vegas Golden Knights and the Anaheim Ducks. Last night, it took to the bottom of the 10th for Dalton Varsho to hit a walk-off grand slam for the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Jays beat the Rays in downtown Toronto, a 5-3 final in that one. Other extra innings games saw the Nationals defeat the Reds 8-2 in Ohio, Rockies with a 10-4 victory over the Pirates in Pennsylvania. Orioles shut out the Yankees 7-0. Red Sox beat the Phillies 3-1. Tigers, they lose in 10 innings to the New York Mets, 3-2. Mets stringing a couple of games together. Atlanta defeats the Chi Cubs 4-1 in Georgia. Your San Diego Padres with the top of the ninth 3-run homer from Gavin Holy Sheets. They win 3-1 against the Brewers in Wisconsin. Rangers with a 6-5 victory over the D-backs. Marlins 9-5 victors over the Twins. It was a 1-run difference in the south side of Chicago where the White Sox defeat the Royals 6-5. It was extra innings for the Astros. They defeat the visiting Mariners 4-3 final there. Athletics defeat the Cardinals 6-2 at home. And Shohei Ohtani lowers his ERA to 0.82 on the season with a 4-0 shutout of the San Francisco Giants at home. WNBA action, the Toronto Tempo. They win their first ever game as a franchise in the WNBA. They take down the visiting Seattle Storm 86-73. It was the Las Vegas Aces with the 98-69 victory over the Connecticut Sun. Chicago Sky defeats the Golden State Valkyries 69-63. And it was the Indiana Fever behind 24 points from Caitlin Clark. They defeat the Los Angeles Squad 87-78. Moncton Wildcats, they come back from a 3-1 deficit in the second period to win against Chicoutimi. 4-3 final there, tying up their championship series 2 games apiece. PWHL, the Walter Cup starts tonight with Ottawa going to Montreal. The Charge will hope to beat the Victoire. And other PWHL news, new expansion franchises also made known for Hamilton and Las Vegas in the upcoming season. And speaking of other upcoming events, today, 5:30, Tantramar Regional High School up on Main Street. The Lady Titans rugby team will be having their senior game. The action starts at 5:30 at 231 Main Street.
And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Please be sure to check out Brian's show on Mondays at 8:30 a.m. for more sports commentary.
Hey, this is Lena from Plaster Rock, and you're listening to CHMA.
And now for what's happening in your community. Join the Sackville RCMP to celebrate Police Week with a barbecue. Visitors can also expect a bike rodeo, bubbles, chalk art, and vehicle demonstrations. Please note that a helmet is required for the bike rodeo. You can find this celebration on Friday, May 15th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at 31A Main Street, Sackville, specifically in the back parking lot. Hydra and Riptide Dragon Boats presents their 2026 Adult Prom, featuring beverage tasting from local breweries, wineries, and distilleries. You can expect a catered dinner, dancing, prizes, a silent auction, and more as the event kicks off on Saturday, May 23rd. The doors open at 7 p.m. in the Tantramar Regional High School foyer. Tickets are now on sale. The event is 19 and up. Make Something Sunday is a monthly program that introduces new materials and ways of making art through informal hands-on workshops for kids 12 and under and their grown-ups. In this session, kids can create their own pocket-sized sketchbook, decorate the cover with washi tape and collage, and pick up a sketching pencil to go with it, making it a fun little kit they can use to draw wherever they go. Join us on Sunday, May 24th at Owens Art Gallery on 61 York Street in Sackville from 2 to 4 p.m. Drop in for half an hour or stay for 2. No booking is required, and this program is offered free of charge. This May, buy tickets for the 2026 ballet production of Alice, A Dance Tale, hosted by the Academy of Classic Ballet and Modern Dances in Sackville. You won't want to miss this. It'll be showing at the Marjorie Young Bell Convocation Hall on May 29th at 6 p.m. and May 30th at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. You can find tickets online through the Academy's Eventbrite page. They can be bought at the door on show days as well. And that is Alice, A Dance Tale. And that's what's happening in your community.
And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantjamar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com.
Playing the latest new electro-pop tracks, Cool Pop brings you the best new pop music from around the world. Tune into Cool Pop every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on CHMA 106.9 FM.
Hey guys, you are listening to CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick, voice of the marshes. I'm Maya Noel, and this is the Late Morning Show. Today is Thursday, May 14th. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning and are excited to get into some music. First up, we have Xenasol with Heart on Fire, and then we have Claire Rosenkrantz with Just a Man.
packaging a blow. What makes you so afraid to know? Is it because you know you don't? You're just a man, digging a hole of safety where you can. You're just a man, covered in dirt by the work of your own hands. Letting your weakness burst apart might be the strongest thing you've ever done in your life. I see you try and try and try. Baby, you don't have to be right. You're just a man, digging a hole of safety where you can. You're just a man, covered in dirt by the work of your own hands. I wanna see your just a man. Oh, digging a hole of safety where you can. You're just a man, covered in dirt by the work of your own hands. You're just a man, you're just a man, you're just a man.
That was Claire Rosenkrantz with Just a Man on CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick, Voice of the Marshes. I'm Maya Noel, and you are listening to the Late Morning Show, and we also heard Heart on Fire by Xenosol. We've got enough time for a couple more songs, so I'm going to send you away with Tegan Johnston and Beat a Dead Horse, as well as Hannah Cohen and Golden Chain. Thank you so much for listening. I will catch you again at 5 p.m.
Saw a psychic in the West Village. She told me I needed to forget about you. And in that basement room, I can't believe I still haven't, as hard as I've tried to. She said, "Oh, love, dark love still has hold of my heart, and it's gonna make me lose." She said, "Oh, love, dark love will tear me apart if that's what I let it do." 'Cause I beat a dead horse. It wasn't me who did the killing in the first place. For what it's worth, but now I can't